It's like the YouTube still says it's waiting for Riverpass, so hopefully we can get that going here. All right, it looks like we are going. Awesome. Hopefully there's no echo there. How's everyone doing? If you guys want to leave a little comment, your name, campground, where you're from, what you're up to tonight, that'd be awesome. We want to hear from you guys. We're just going to wait a couple more minutes here and then we'll jump right in with this financial success webinar. We're excited. Hello, James.
Hey, James.
From Florida. How's it in Florida this evening? It's cold up here in Indianapolis.
Hey, Ryan. How's it going?
Hey, Ryan. All right.
Hey, Gordy.
Awesome. Cool. We're getting a good group. Definitely diverse. Lots of people in here today. Different types. So we're excited to have a lot of different campgrounds in here, from all different places. All right. So I guess we're 5 minutes past the hour, so we can go ahead and get started. New campground. That's exciting. This is a good one for you.
Yeah.
So my name's Kelsey. I'm the head of customer success here at Riverpass. And today we're going to talk about some of the common financial management issues faced by campgrounds, manual bookkeeping, errors in financial data, and the struggle to get real-time insights into the business. And today, to get us started, we have Ravi. He is our president and founder. I'm just going to read this little blurb because I don't want to miss anything. He started Riverpass in 2014, drawing on his many business successes, such as the successful sale of his previous business, Maker Square. Ravi built Riverpass from an idea to a strong competitive leader in the RV park industry. Under his 9+ years of visionary leadership, Ravi has steadfast led the strategic growth of Riverpass, meeting and surpassing targets while forming strategic partnerships and integrations with other industry leaders such as Spots Tonight, AAA, HipCamp, Airbnb, and Reserve America, all contributing to a successful portfolio of RV parks that utilize Riverpass. I'm going to pass it over to you. Hopefully that wasn't too much, and we'll get going.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the introduction, Kelsey, and welcome everybody to the webinar. Hopefully you find some of the information that we present here useful. So without further ado, I am going to dive right in. So some of the things that we have noticed customers and just generally being in the industry for the last 10 years or so is that financial metrics are often messy. Books are often inaccurate or difficult to reconcile. And a lot of that has to do with just the prevalence of manual processes within this industry, whether that's manually writing down reservations in a book or like on a notepad, or using like manual deposit slips for checks or cash payments, things like that. Just a lot of manual processes. And one of the things that we at Riverpass have done is try to eliminate that as much as possible, so that these types of errors or things that don't reconcile when you're doing your books don't take up a lot of your time. And with that, we wanted to announce a QuickBooks integration that we recently built out that I was able to spearhead with our finance and bookkeeping team. And this integration is an accrual integration. It tracks every flow of dollars that come through the RoverPass platform all the way down to your bank account. We just launched it about, I think it's probably been about 3 weeks now. But it's a series of journal entries that take place inside of QuickBooks on your behalf. And so anytime a reservation comes through, we book a journal entry for revenue. Anytime money flows from RoverPass into sort of the banking space, there's usually like a 5-day delay where it comes out of our account and then it's coming into your account. 5 to 7 days. We will journal entry that on your balance sheet to show that there's money in transit. And when it hits your bank account, we'll also journal entry when that money actually hits your bank account. So the idea here is that you guys no longer have to do your bookkeeping for RoverPass. I mean, I don't know that you can completely get rid of your bookkeeper, but this integration will save your bookkeepers tons of time. It almost does all of the work for them, at least from the RoverPass platform. So we highly encourage whoever's not using it to take a look at it and start using it. There's a simple how-to article that shows you how to get it set up. And with that being said, one of the things that we want to talk about on this presentation is just how to get more ROI for your campground. And what we've seen in this industry, just by and large, is that typically properties are making about 10 to 30% profit margin on every dollar that comes in. So just basic example, property makes $1 million. Typically, you're taking home anywhere between $100,000 to $300,000 in profit. And this is kind of what I wanted to touch on is what is a good ROI and how do you kind of figure out what a good ROI is? And in real estate, everything boils down to a cap rate. So the formula for cap rate is net operating income over current market value equals a percentage. So let's just use like a basic calculation here. Let's call a property that's doing $100,000 in profit over X equals equals 10%. So that's a 10 cap. And that would be a fairly generous valuation for a property. And really the goal here is let's say that you're able to increase your net operating income from 100,000 to call it 150,000. That would increase your property value by 50% because the 10% would stay constant, right? So your denominator in that formula, which is your market value, would have to go up to keep that 10% constant. So what we really want to focus on is how do we squeeze margin in every place possible? And there's a few ways to do that. Location is the obvious one. Picking a good location is really obviously important with real estate. Location. But the other few things are operational efficiency, guest services, occupancy mix between seasonal and long-term, and pricing. And I'm going to kind of dive into each of these a little bit here. Operational efficiency, going back to our QuickBooks integration, the reason we built it is we wanted to make it easy for you guys to get the right financial data. But once you have the right financial data, being able to look at your books and understand, okay, here's all the expenses that went into X, Y, and Z. How do we maybe chop at those to increase profit? Here's all the revenue we made on our cabins, on our yurts, on our tent sites, on our RV sites. How do we generate more revenue? Can we do a price increase? Can we get more occupancy? There's a lot of things along that route, but essentially operational efficiency is how do we operate as lean as possible while serving our customers as best as possible. And the idea of RoverPass is that the platform itself is intended to augment your operational efficiency by reducing some of that burden of manual processes, right? One of those manual processes is just bookkeeping. Guest services and amenities. A lot of properties have general stores. It depends on what you sell at the general store, but just having a can of Coke, some beer, wine, things that people want to buy. Once you have a captive customer at your property, the goal really is how do we sell as much stuff to them as possible? And that incremental revenue, either through a general store or a food and service, F&B operation where you can deliver food to the pad site of an RV owner. The idea there is how do we squeeze revenue as much as possible at every step of the value chain for these properties. And when you can do that, your net operating income is going to go up. And one of the challenges here, which I think is an obvious one, is that whenever you add revenue, a lot of the times you have to add expenses. So what we're trying to figure out here to improve ROI is what are those revenue streams that you can add without necessarily adding more expenses. And again, the RoverPass platform is built in such a way that we're trying to optimize that at every step of the flow. So pre-booking, during check-in, once they're at the park, even once they're once they've checked out at the park, we're trying to figure out how to make you guys a little bit extra income for every booking that comes through our system. And we'd love to hear your guys' ideas on what can be done to squeeze out more revenue. I mean, our customers are the ones that tell us what to build, and we'd love to hear your ideas because I'm sure y'all have really great ones. The other way to really figure out ROI is the occupancy mix. Typically, what we see is that properties that want to be more stable, not necessarily more stable, but long-term tenants provide a lot of stability and revenue. You have that recurring monthly revenue, but the challenge there is that your ADRs are a little bit lower. Your average daily rates are lower than seasonal campers or daily or weekly campers. And so finding that right balance of seasonal and long-term is really important for net operating income. If you're too long-term, you're going to likely lower your profit. If you're too short-term, well, it can be difficult based off your location to fill your park up, right? If you're operating at 25% occupancy, that's probably not as good as operating at like 80% occupancy with mostly long-term tenants. So finding the right balance there is really important. And again, using data to do that is the correct a way to do it, and just constantly kind of experimenting with that as much as possible to try to optimize that mix. And it's going to change season to season, right? The winter, depending on where you are, maybe has more long-term tenants versus the summer. And also just trying to figure out how to squeeze an extra day out of people. For those short-term people, running promos like if you check in Thursday, we'll throw in Monday for free. So if you're going to stay Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll throw in Monday for free so that you get that extra day. A book, that Sunday night booking that maybe you weren't going to get if they checked out Sunday morning. So there's little strategies like that you see a lot in the hotel industry that I think are starting to make their way into the RV industry. But just kind of thinking along those lines, how do you incentivize customers to give you that extra $40, $50, $60 per night? And then pricing. We see this a lot. A lot of properties just have flat pricing all year round. It's irrelevant whether there's a big event coming to town or not. I think it's really important to recognize that you're able to increase prices temporarily or at certain times of the year. For example, I'm in Austin, and we've got South by Southwest here starting. I think it actually just started today. If you look at hotel rates, they're like 4 times more expensive than just 1 month ago. And so I think it's very commonplace in the RV industry to kind of hold prices constant at all times of the season. But I strongly encourage uh, people to really take a look at that and see if there are times where raising prices or even lowering prices, right? Your Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday prices may be lower than your Thursday, Friday, Saturday prices and Sunday prices, because typically you're going to get those weekends booked, but those midweek days are often tough to book for a short-term park. So just playing around with pricing, I think, is a really important thing to be able to try to squeeze out some extra net operating income. And the data that we provide at RoverPass really can help you make those decisions. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, many people know about this, some people don't. It's a huge tax benefit called a cost segregation analysis. And essentially what it does is it allows you to depreciate assets on your property and take bonus depreciation in year one. So for example, if you're building a brand new property or you just acquired a property, in year one, you're able to take a write-off for essentially any structure that's on your property. So let's say you've got a clubhouse. The cost segregation study will figure out what percentage of the purchase price, let's say that your property is $1 million and you've got let's call it like a 4,000 square foot structure on the land. If you do a cost segregation study, they will separate out what the land value is versus what the value of the structure on that land is. And in year one, you're able to take bonus depreciation and write off the entire value. Well, the rules have been changing. 2 years ago, you could write off 100% of the value. Last year, it was 80% of the value. 2024, it's 60% of the value. In 2025, it will be 40% of the value. So that is decreasing over time. However, speculatively, I think depending on who's in office, Republican or Democrat, like that could change. And so hopefully we come back to 100% bonus depreciation with a different presidential candidate and a different Congress. So yeah, we'll see. Nobody really knows. But in 2024, if you're acquiring a property or you still have time to do this for 2023 as well. You can write off 80% of whatever that structure on your property is. And the benefit there is that you get an operating loss, which will reduce your taxable income. So if you're doing, let's say your property is $1 million, you run this cost segregation analysis, and it says that you can take a $400,000 loss. In 2023, you could take 80% of that 400,000, so 320,000. So on paper, you can take that as an expense, and if you made, call it 320,000, on paper it would show up as a zero. You made zero income, so you would pay no income taxes, which is a huge benefit. And then the other thing too is that you can carry that loss forward. So let's say that you do the segregation analysis in year one, it's negative 320. You made 100K in profit that year, but you still have $220,000 that you didn't get to take a loss on. Well, the next year you can take that loss and you can carry it forward for some period of time. So this is a really great loophole right now that's open with the IRS. And if you're not taking advantage of it, I definitely would recommend it as a way to save some tax money. And I guess it's pretty topical because taxes are due right now for all pass-through entities March 15th. So yeah, with that, I am going to hand it over back to Kelsey here to take us to finish us out.
Perfect. Thank you for that. That was definitely a lot of cool information, stuff that I didn't even know. So that was awesome. Basically, I want to take it back to Rover Pass, just for a second here. Talk a little bit about Rover Pass's software. I know a lot of you guys already are current users of our reservation software, but one of the best ways to increase your revenue is having a reservation system, and that's where Rover Pass comes into play. We have an automated system that turns the hassle of manual check ins into a seamless process. Um, we also offer up to date records. So we touched a lot on QuickBooks and accounting. This is just having the software is the easiest way to say goodbye to spreadsheets that never seem to match up, your forms, all your papers. And we have a booking process that guests love. It's all online, it's intuitive, it's easy as shopping online, and they'll appreciate the control. They'll appreciate not having to pick up the phone, and you'll love the efficiency. And it just adds a lot more revenue generators for you. One of the biggest things that we want to discuss now is having that nice website for your campground. So go to the next slide. So, more than 90% of the searches online happen on Google. Google is the place. People looking for places near them or by a specific state or city. This is the first thing to do if you're trying to increase your campground revenue. Campgrounds will look at your very nice website and have trust in your campground immediately. And they're going to find your campsite on Google. You can leverage RevoPass's 73 domain authority to boost your site's visibility. I don't know what 73 domain authority means, but I do know that it does help you place your campground among the top search results. You can also utilize our industry specific knowledge to create a website that not only looks great, but it's optimized to drive reservations. We have a team of experts that can do all of this for you, which is awesome. I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to SEOs and optimization and domain authority, but I know our team does. We have a lot of experts on the team who can really help you elevate your presence on places like Google. We have quite a few already in the system. We'd love you to take a look. We'll share some links with you after this presentation so that you can go check out some of our already designed previous premium websites. All right. Another thing that we want to touch on, a great way to boost revenue is our marketplace, our channel managers, our affiliate partners. So we have a couple of different things going on here. We have very amazing partnerships with people like HipCamp, AAA, Spot Tonight, that gets your campground in front of more eyes. It is so important to have your campground on diverse platforms. We love RoverPass, we love our marketplace, but we want to push you to as many places that you can be seen for the maximizing your exposure and your bookings. So a little bit about our approach. It's multifaceted. We definitely have different ways of doing this. So one of the ways we do this is what I've talked about with our affiliate partners, our integrated partners. These are HipCamp, Spot Tonight, AAA. They are pivotal. They extend your reach. They drive more reservations your way, but they are also hassle-free. You don't have to do the legwork to set up your listing on HipCamp or Spot Tonight or AAA. We do all the legwork for you, and you enjoy the process. We handle the setups. We handle the continuing relationships. You just sit back and let people come to you. We also offer specifically our channel management. This is an add-on. And it's specifically for non-partner online travel agencies like VRPO, Expedia, Booking.com, Airbnb. We offer this tool to ensure that you never get a double booking, that it helps you sync your calendars across platforms. You don't have to do anything. It's basically just allowing you to take reservations from everywhere and have them sync to your RiverPass calendar. Um, and remember, all of these efforts are about putting your campground in front of more eyes, translating into more bookings. Each channel serves a distinct purpose, and that's why we want to push you to all of them. And they all work together to support your growth. When you sign up for a RoverPass, the integrated partnerships and affiliates are included in that contract. The minute you sign up with the RoverPass, we're going to push you out to our partners so that they can easily come to you. And if you are already using Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, or want to sign up and start using those, we can add that onto your contracts to seamlessly integrate the two platforms to avoid double bookings. It's just everything that we're trying to do here makes things easier. Definitely, we can see here just on this chart how much different sources can bring in more reservations. You can see that you might still take most of your reservations online or through the phone, but there is a definite increase in reservations if you're using Airbnb, HipCamp, and through our own RiverPass marketplace. Go to the next one. So now here's the exciting part. We really want to talk about our new partnership with AAA. Most of you have already heard of AAA. AAA is huge in the travel industry, huge in the road trip industry, huge in the RV industry. And we now have an integration with AAA's Trip Canvas. So this is an amazing way to seamlessly get more bookings. We can go to the next slide here. It is, and after this presentation, please go check out this. We'll have the links to Trip Canvas, but it is a beautiful, seamless booking experience for someone who's on the road. They can go in, they can type in a city, they can look up different types of road trips, and it's going to point them to all types of things, where to eat, what to do. And most importantly for you guys, it's going to point them to specific campgrounds in the area. You're going to see this on this beautiful screen. We can actually go to the next slide. I think I have a picture of it. This is sort of what it looks like. You can pick your road trip. You can pick a place, and it's going to show you campgrounds in that area. You're going to see these little tiny tiles here. You click into one of those, and it's going to lead you to all your pictures of your campgrounds, your pricing, what you really want to display about your campground. And then from there, all the camper has to do is click book with RoverPass, and it leads them right to your RoverPass listing, and they can book seamlessly online. Then it also adds it to this Trip Canvas planning tool, so it's all in one place. It's really cool. Please check it out. Our partnership with them is beyond exciting. They've really made a really neat tool for campers that is definitely going to book or boost your bookings for people who are going to start using this. Once this really gets big, it's really going to boost bookings. I'm obsessed with this tool, if you guys can't tell. They also have all different types of trip planning tools in here. So I think it's going to draw a wider audience than just people who are normally used to camping. So you're going to kind of reach more people that way as well. This is a great opportunity. And if you're signing up with the RiverPass, you're automatically on AAA. We have an exclusive partnership with them. It is fantastic. A little bit more about this. All right, perfect. So you can kind of see here, I put the link here at the bottom because I really encourage you guys all to go check it out. But that is pretty much it for our webinar. But we want to open it up now to a Q&A. So we'd love to take some questions here. So just put them in the chat and we'll put them up on the screen and hopefully get you some answers.
James, yeah. So we do not actually offer specialty accounting services, but we definitely can refer you to folks that do. Yeah, I think the integration that we built was kind of, I guess, teamwork with another firm to help us figure out exactly how to do that. So yeah, we're happy to refer for that though. There currently is not a fee for the QuickBooks integration. Uh, for now, there's not a fee. So sign up quickly because we might add one. But yeah, currently there's not.
Yeah, reach out to us. We're happy to get you more exposure. If you're already using the integrated channel management for your Airbnb, we'd love to add you to booking.com and Expedia. Just reach out to us and host support at roverpass.com, and we'll be happy to get you added to booking.com and Expedia. It's all included in that channel management package.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
It's pretty cool, right? I'm obsessed with it. I definitely want to be using it more for sure.
We're pretty excited about it. It is AAA national that it's on. Yes, AAA is a national organization. Well, all right. If there's anybody got any more questions?
Yeah, definitely ready to take some more questions. Bring them on.
All right. Well,
And we definitely will send you these slides and the copy of this presentation afterwards, so you can review it and make sure that you get all the information and all the links that you want out from it.
James, yes, we can give a referral for the tax stuff. We'll shoot you a message after this and get you that information.
All right, last chance for questions. We'll give it a couple more seconds here, and then we'll let y'all go and get back to your lives.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in and letting us chat with you on this this Thursday evening.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll chat to y'all soon. Have a great night.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.